Madonna House was never anyone's bright idea. It really wasn't. Catherine Doherty was led by the Spirit. She wanted to serve the poor and live alone. And people right away came and saying they wanted to do that with her. And she said, no, go away, you know, kind of thing. But she always worked under the local bishop, and so he encouraged her to take followers, to have people working with her. So then it grew and grew and grew.
Catherine Doherty. He moved up to Combermere, Ontario in 1947, and she basically just started doing home visiting, nursing. She set up a clothing room, and they started a newspaper. People started to come here, and they never left, you know. So eventually this community called Madonna House formed.
I remember talking to one of the staff, who've been staff for like 40 years, saying, and when she came, there were no houses, there were no field houses. It was like, I don't know, a chicken coop, and I don't know, there wasn't anything here. She got here, she looked around, she said, this place will teach me how to love God. And that was it. And you know, 40 years later, she still believes that. This place is still teaching her how to love God.
How do I feel about being here? Well, I feel that this is where God wants me to be. And so sometimes not every day is smooth. And so it's always kind of like, oh, well, should I really be here? But after praying about it, and it's always a confirmation that yes, this is where God wants me to be.
We have a challenging lifestyle here. You know, we have outdoor johns and we have a simple diet. We have a pretty regular schedule. We do a fair amount of simple but sometimes heavy manual labor. We have a smaller life than some people. We don't travel as much. We live in a small community. But by and large, when people come here, they find a place that welcomes them and lets them be themselves.
We got 3 jobs going on this morning, and Neil and Brian, I'd like you to do the first one. So I'll show you that work and leave you here. Basically, you're aiming for the middle of the piece. Matthew and Dimam, why don't you try that? Hey, that was good.
When a guest comes through the door, they like, what is this place, you know? And they're here, and you know, they have to kind of get through the rhythm, and somebody's going to tell them how to set the table, or they're going to, you know, spend the day gardening, pulling weeds, or something like that. But through it, they're going to experience something where there's a moment where they start to encounter God in a way that they didn't before. And everything else can kind of fall away. And all we do is try to get out of the way.
I like the Magnificent Four.
You walk into a place like this, you've all these men and women, priests, they're trying to live this life, trying to love each other, they're trying to live it faithfully as much as possible. So you walk into a place that's safer than most places that most people walk into, and safe enough to kind of let down your guard eventually, safe enough to reveal your heart eventually.
We may merit to be co-heirs to eternal life. When I came here, I saw that as a true gift from God, and really the Lord desiring to give His life, to give His graces through that. It's not necessarily what we do, it's His desire through this vocation to give His graces to all who come here and to the world. Let us be done with human respect.
There are 20 priests at Madonna House. We're living a life side by side, priests with priests and priests with laity. We do all different things. Some write books, some do spiritual direction, and others, they work with their hands, and they have a real gift for it.
We're really like a village. You know, we're a farm, we're an auto shop, we're handicrafts, we're carpentry, we're kitchen, we're all of these different things. So we're a village that kind of works together.
We have painters, we have musicians who write their own music. We do little crafts, we do big art. It's something for everybody. People write plays, people write stories, people publish books. So there's all that aspect of a certain kind of evangelization through the arts.
We have to grow most of our own food. I mean, we have to cut timber because that's how we heat. We don't have enough money to just go out and buy everything, and that's not part of the spirituality of being close to the earth. There's a whole element of working with the natural world, which is good for the soul.
It's a very fruitful life. It's not about sterility or personal stinginess, or it's not about no intimacy. It's about incredible intimacy. It's about incredible fruitfulness. It's about incredible friendship.
People come to Madonna House and they say, "This is paradise." And we say, "No, it's not." It's really hard to live here. Well, what do they mean? They mean it's a place of love and peace that's not common in our world. So I found out I lived in paradise eventually.